Hello and welcome to Yadnya Investment Academy. Today we are going to do a mutual fund review. Let me first explain the methodology of the review. We will list and review the fund on various parameters and rate each parameter by green, yellow or red star. Green star means good performance, yellow means average and red means below average performance. In the end, based on total number of green, yellow and red star, you can take a call to buy this fund or not. Please remember all the fund parameters we are going to discuss here are based on 17th September 2018 data as reference, and we only review regular and growth plans of mutual funds. In this video, we are going to review fund name Sundaram Midcap Fund, which is a midcap fund launched in 2002. It was called Sundaram Select Midcap Fund before. Let's understand the fund in detail now. First, the fund belongs to Sundaram Mutual Fund family, which is currently India's 14th biggest fund house in terms of asset under management out of more than 40 fund houses, and was established in 1996. Since fund house is not among top 10, even though it has spent enough time in the market now, we give a yellow star here. Midcap fund was launched in July 2002. This means it is active for more than 16 years now. So for being a fairly old and experienced fund which has seen all major market ups and downs, we give a green star here. Fund is categorized in midcap category. Based on latest definition by SEBI, midcap stocks are the stocks of companies ranking from 101 to 250th by market cap in India. Moving to next, this fund has a large asset under management of more than 6,000 crores and ranks as the fourth biggest actively managed midcap fund in the category. So this high asset under management speaks volume about fund's consistent performance and investors' trust in fund's management. Hence deserves a green star on this parameter. Now let's talk about the Moolaha, that is the returns. We will first talk about the trailing returns from 17th September date and then talk about the calendar returns. In trailing returns, we can see fund in short term has performed below its benchmark index, that is Nifty Midcap 100 TRI. Fund's performance in medium terms, that is 5-year trailing return, is close to category average, and fund has performed well in long term with respect to both benchmark and category average. Trailing return performance shows average fund performance overall. Looking at calendarized returns of last 10 years from 2008 to 2017, which means returns from 1st Jan to 31st December of a calendar year, we see that there have been 3 instances when fund was beaten by both benchmark and category average, that is in 2012, 2013 and recent 2017. Then there are some great performances like 2009, 2015 and 2016 where they have beaten both benchmark and category average by good margin. Even in bad markets of 2008 and 2011, fund's performance was near benchmark and category average. So looking at this, overall fund's calendar year performance is good as they have beaten both benchmark and category average 7 times out of 10, which is not bad. So short-term trailing return performance is clearly impacted by low performance in 2017, and even 2018 YTD performance has been below benchmark. So overall we see a good calendar year performance but bad short-term performance, and hence we give a 1 green and 1 yellow star on this parameter. Next important parameter is fund manager. Fund is managed by a Sundaram's specialized mid and small cap fund manager as Krishna Kumar since November 2012. He holds a management degree and is a BTech and joined Sundaram Mutual Fund family in 2003. Mr. Kumar is also their equity CIO. Mr. Kumar also manages Sundaram's small cap fund since 2006. It has an asset under management of more than 1100 crores and is an average performing fund in long and short term. Mr. Kumar also manages Sundaram's diversified equity fund, which is a ELSS fund, since 2015. It has an asset under management of more than 2800 crores and has given close to average returns only as well. So looking at Mr. Kumar's close to average performances in all the fund he manages as well as his stability with fund house, we give this parameter a yellow star. Next parameter is top stock holding of the fund and understanding the fund's diversification. As on 17th September, fund has 62 stocks in portfolio with top 5 contributing close to 16%. Current cash allocation is less than 1% and rest all is in equity. So fund has good diversification in portfolio and weightage of top 5 companies is close to our mid cap benchmark of 15%, and hence we give this parameter a green star. Next parameter is sector diversification. Top 3 sector contributes close to 47% with maximum weightage of 19.5% to financial sector, which is much below average as compared to category. So due to this well diversified sector contribution, we give this parameter a green star too. Next are expenses. Expense ratio of regular plan of this fund is 2.14%, which is better than average expense ratio of the category, which is around 2.3%. And expense ratio of direct plan is 1.4%, which is slightly higher than category average of 1.3%. Exit load of the fund is 1% if investment is redeemed in first 365 days, which is what most mid caps do. So overall, looking at its asset under management, its expense ratio performance is near average only, and hence we give it a yellow star on this parameter. Now those who like numbers, let's discuss few important ratios too. Standard deviation, a measure of volatility and risk, is near to benchmark and category average, which means it takes equivalent risk. Beta 2 is a measure of risk and is lower than benchmark and slightly higher than category average. Alpha, which measures the risk adjusted returns, so minus 3.9 alpha here means it can perform 3.9% lower than benchmark. Negative alpha is clearly not acceptable from actively managed funds, and hopefully fund will improve on this in near future. So this means fund is average risk and low return profile fund. Interestingly, alpha of category average is also negative by bigger value, which shows that category average may give lower returns than benchmark. This has happened after new TRI index was introduced. To know more about it, check out our video on this topic. Last is P ratio of the portfolio, which is 32.6 and much lower than benchmark's P of 60, which shows much lower risk fund is taking compared to category. So overall, the fund is clearly an average risk and low return category fund and therefore deserves a red star on this parameter. Few other important info to note about the fund is that it is a pure mid-cap focused fund and hence has 88% investments in mid-caps and rest in large and small caps. And this table here shows how rupees 10,000 SIP would have performed in various time frames and prove a very good performance and amazing returns this fund has given continuously apart from last 1 year. So if we calculate, we got total 5 green stars, 4 yellow stars and 1 red star, with bad short-term performances and negative alpha being major cause of concern. To summarize, Sundaram Midcap Fund is 4th largest midcap fund in the category and is actually the largest equity fund of Sundaram Mutual Fund House. It is a pure play midcap fund with more than 85% allocation. Sundaram performance in 2017 and year to date 2018 has not been up to the mark, which has taken a beating on its trailing return performances. We should remember midcap is a very volatile category and it is not easy to be consistent in this category. Fund's performance in calendar year returns has been consistent, with fund beating benchmark and category average 7 times out of 10. Fund's fund manager Kumar has a knack of picking differentiated stocks than the category and hence it does tend to give divergent returns than category average. Overall, Mr. Kumar is a proficient fund manager in small and mid cap space. Fund is definitely for risk takers and its differentiated approach may give you extraordinary returns and can also bleed your portfolio like it is happening in last few months. That is all we have on this topic. If you have any question, please do write in the comment section below. Before we close, we want to tell you about our mutual fund book, which is available on Amazon and Flipkart, and details are in the description of the video. Have a great time ahead. Jai Hind.